Welcome everybody to C.O. Brown Stadium for today's triple header for the Traverse City Pittsburghers against the Battle Creek Bombers. This game is a long time coming. Was postponed originally on June 9th with Traverse City up 5-0. So we will be resuming play where it was stopped in the bottom of the third. Pittsburghers are on top 5-0 in this game. Couple of changes for both sides because for the Pittsburghers, they have a lot of their guys, 4 starters from the original game that were on a temp contract, so they are not available for today's game. So we've had to have some lineup changes, and I'll go through those changes right now. Going around the infield, Jake Arnold still at first base. Miguel Useche still behind the plate, and then we start changing some things around the rest of the infield. Mario Camilletti is coming in to play second base. He's taking over for Trey Truitt's spot in the lineup. Tito Flores is taking over Christian Faust's spot in the lineup. He will be playing right field today. And then at shortstop, Trey Younger in for Colin Summerhill. And at third base, taking over for Aiden Brewer is Camden Traficante. And then left field, you still got Michael Steigels. In center field for Johannes Hawkinson, Cruz Taylor is playing in center. And then, of course, Flores in right. Taking over on the mound, because Aaron Gustafson was a temporary player as well, so Pat Holfeld will be pitching game 1 of this triple header, taking over for Gustafson, up 5-0 with the lead. And for Battle Creek, they have a runner on first with nobody out to lead things off here. First pitch from Holfeld is a swinging strike. Hitting for Battle Creek is the catcher Drew Dyer. He's taken over for Cy Snedeker, who is not at the field today for Battle Creek for an unknown, undisclosed reason. Runner, a little fake steal, then holds. And working fast. Hasn't pitched in a few days, and that allows him to make an extended appearance tonight. So we'll be finishing this ball game in the bottom of the third. We'll play 9 innings as that ball on the outside corner, and Dyer is going to go down looking to start this ball game. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the third. So they'll play this game. They'll play the rest of this 9-inning game. So from the 3rd to the 9th, about 6 innings of play. And then 2 7-inning games will follow. And those 2 are the games that were supposed to be the original 2 games in this series. And to limit the amount of play, they're playing 7 instead of 9. So triple header baseball. 1-0 count to the top of the order. And another change for the Bombers is Caleb Ballgard is in for Ben McNaughton. He's playing right field. McNaughton just out of the lineup for today and that for this first game, and I would assume that means he's going to be active for the next 2 games because he is on the active roster, not a temp guy. 2-1 count, Holfeld. Runner goes. It's a hit and run. Pop fly to right field. It's shallow. It might drop, and it is going to drop. Bombers bailed out there as that ball was shallow in right field, maybe 10 feet off of the grass, and had a potential for a double play had Tito Flores or Jake Arnold caught the ball, could have doubled up the runner at first because he was all the way at second base. Would have been an easy turn. Instead, it's a base hit for Ballgard. And now first and second with one away. Ed Johnson, the shortstop, batting now. He did start the first game. That's grounded. Traficante to second, on to first. Not in time, but it gets through the legs of Jake Arnold, and a bomber run is going to score. That's just sad. That's sad. PA announcer, that's unfortunate. Cheering for one scored run. Still 5-1 ball game now. Pittsburghers are still on top. I don't know. Something about that one irks me. Celebrating scoring one run in a game that you're resuming down 5. 5-1 ball game. Miguel L'Oreal, the second baseman, he was in the lineup as well for that game on June 9th, so he's just taking over his spot. Grounder to Camilletti to first, and that will end the inning. So one run comes around to score after the first inning of play today, but 3 total innings of this ball game are in the books, and the Pittsburghers leading 5-1. 6 innings left to play, and we'll go over the lineup and what changes are made when we come back here on Pittsburgh Radio. Back for the top of the 4th inning. And the lineup for Traverse City is going to go as follows. Mario Camilletti is the leadoff hitter, taking over for Trey Truitt. Tito Flores taking over for Christian Faust. Miles Symington still hitting third. Trey Younger takes over for Colin Summerhill in the 4-hole. Jake Arnold, Michael Steigels, and Miguel Useche in their same order, 5, 6, 7. Camden Traficante in at the 8-hole for Aiden Brewer, and Cruz Taylor, who is leading off this top of the 4th inning at the bottom, takes over for Johannes Hawkinson. So we'll go Taylor, Camilletti, and Flores, these first 3 hitters in the top of the 4th. First pitch swinging, and Taylor rips one deep right center, back at the wall, and it's off the bottom of the wall. Taylor rounds and is in for a stand-up leadoff double for the Pittsburghers. First pitch swinging, and Taylor ripped that one. If he had gotten that one maybe a little higher up in the air, it could have carried out of here because the wind is blowing right out in that direction from home in the direction of right center field. The wind is whipping out there. So unlike the series at Kokomo, where the right-handers had all the benefit of that strong wind, it's the lefties today that if they can get one airborne, might be able to carry one out of here. Taylor was close, but I'm sure he'll take a leadoff double. Mario Camilletti now, the leadoff hitter, is up at the plate as the Pittsburghers look to get that run back that they gave up in the bottom of the 3rd. Camilletti off to what anyone would call an amazing start on the team, hitting .250 and got that average up after 3 hits his last 2 games against Kokomo. First pitch, line into center, dropping, but it's going to hang up just long enough to be caught out there by the center fielder, Heath Hood. Fly out to center, 1 away. Taylor holds at second. Tito Flores in now, the right fielder who took over for Christian Faust. Christian Faust is here, but he will likely be playing and starting the next 2 games of this triple header. So Josh Rebant's going to give him a little bit of a breather so he can play the next 14 innings. First pitch, and a back leg got Flores, and he's hobbling and drops down to the ground. The trainer out to check on Flores. That one didn't look good at all. Got him right on the back of the leg, tried to avoid it. And Flores still hobbling around. Looked like a slider that got away from Adam Davis, who did start the original game on June 9th, so he's still pitching. I'm sure Flores is okay. I think it's just the initial getting hit. It might just feel sore a little bit, but he's trying to walk it off and will try to make his way down to first. Head coach Josh Rebant stepped into the dugout. Not sure if it's to potentially get someone ready to take over. Flores is jogging down to first. And where that got him on the leg, it was the inside of his back leg towards his lower leg, so it could just be a shot off the ankle, which if that's the case, then yeah, he'll be limping for a little bit. But he seems okay. He'll take his place at first. First and second, 1 away, and Miles Symington, the designated hitter, is in. Symington was a starter at DH on June 9th. He takes over his spot in the lineup. First pitch swinging, and Davis got that one by him. Symington, before the game was suspended, he had a walk and a run scored and then a strikeout way back on June 9th. Swings at the second pitch, and Davis got him swinging on that one. Swing and miss. Then Davis ahead, 0-2 in the count. Symington in the finale against Kokomo had an RBI double in the first inning. The only run Pittsburgh scored in that final game against the Jackrabbits. Fouls one straight back, and he'll stay alive here to see another pitch from Davis. Symington, second on the active team in batting average, right behind Tito Flores, just 3 points behind, hitting .292. Chance to improve that average and bring in a run if he can make something happen here. Takes that one outside. Symington was 2 for 2 in that finale against the Jackrabbits with a double and a single. Also walked twice, reached base every time. One of 2 players to reach base every time with Camilletti. 1-2 pitch now. Just flicks it, and it's going to drop into center field. Taylor had to hold up at second and make sure the ball dropped and wasn't caught, so he'll hold at third, and the bases are going to be loaded with 1 away here in this top of the 4th inning. That's a very protecting the plate swing if I've ever seen one. Symington just flicks the bat out and is able to barrel it up enough to get it to the outfield. And now Tito Flores is jogging off the field, and I think he's going to be replaced. He is going to be replaced. So a third substitution now. Zeb Rouse is going to take over for Tito Flores on second. Flores took over for Faust, and now Rouse takes over for Flores, who's feeling it after that hit by pitch. Thought that he could continue in the game, but it looked like on that hit he was struggling just to make it down to second base. And so he takes himself out of the game. Very selfless play. Something when you're younger and that happens, you just power through it. But at this age, these guys know their bodies better than anyone else. So Flores recognized that he was hurting, and he knew he couldn't continue. And of course, with the college season, with games left to be played for the Michigan Wolverines, he's not going to risk further injury. So Rouse takes over at second. Bases loaded, one away. And in for Colin Summerhill is Trey Younger, playing shortstop today. He fouled the first pitch off. Just need to get a ball in play. Younger has enough speed to beat out a double play ball. Watches one high and in. Backs away. Stays in the box. Just kind of leans back to avoid the high fastball. Younger hit a home run against the Jackrabbits on Game 2 of the doubleheader on Thursday. One of 3 pit spitter home runs in the series. All 3 of them coming in that doubleheader. One by Chris Monroe in Game 1, and 2 of them in Game 2. One by Proctor, one by Younger. 2-1 count now. And takes one high. It's 3-1. Davis has to find the zone or he'll walk in. The 6th run for Traverse City and give that run back that the Bombers just got in the bottom of the 3rd. I'm sure Younger will be looking for a fastball here. Already down 4. Don't want to put yourself in more of a hole. And he does throw a fastball, but he misses inside. Younger works the walk and get that run right back. Base is still loaded, and they lead it 6-1. That's going to bring in Jake Arnold, first baseman. He was in the game on June 9th. Was 0 for 2 with a flyout and a lineout. So Taylor with the leadoff double scores on the walk. Gets the run back. 6-1 now. Base is still loaded. 1 away. First pitch to Arnold from Davis is in there for a strike. RBI for Trey Younger. Didn't even have to get the bat off the shoulder to get that one. That one low, 1-1 the count. Arnold not as quick as Younger, so if he puts a ball in play, it's going to need to be a base hit or a deep fly ball. Or even a slow roller could get the job done. If it's slow enough, they can't turn 2. 1-1 pitch, swinging, and it's ripped down the left field line, but just foul. And that ball just died in the grass. Field, not too bad for Battle Creek. And if you talk to any of the guys, it's the consensus is that this is the worst field in the Northwoods League. The dirt isn't even dirt. It's like concrete. It's like gravel out there. And Davis is going to get Arnold swinging for out number 2 in the inning. Keep the bases loaded. Yeah, as someone that has played on some bad fields in my days, this one is. I've played on high school baseball fields better than this field, and this is supposed to be for college athletes. No way. But they get some good attendance. All 25 of the Bombers fans are out here supporting their team. Maybe 30. Might have underestimated that, but a park that looks like it can hold up to 500-600. There's about 5% of that here. As Michael Steigels, the left fielder, is at the plate. It's a 2-0 count. He's ahead. Bases are loaded. 2 outs. Going to need a base hit or a walk to bring in another runner and increase the lead. Checks his swing on the 2-0, but it's a called strike on the outside corner. The Battle Creek crew was out here working on this field. Had to have been out here pretty early because by the time the team showed up, it was about 11:30, and it was actually looking pretty playable, and it was raining all through the night. Steigels shoots that one foul straight over the press box into the parking lot, and it's a 2-2 count. Steigels had a pretty good series against Kokomo, had himself a 3-hit game in game 1 of the doubleheader. Has a 2-2 count here with 2 outs to pitch. He shoots it hard but fouled down the right field line, and he'll stay alive. Three for 5 in game 1 on Thursday with an RBI, and then he went 0 for 7 the rest of the way in the last 2 games. Looking to break out of that little bit of a slump. Another 2-2. Grounded to short. Plays made by Johnson. The throw has to be in time, and it is. Bombers get out of the inning, but the Pittsburghers add on a run. They get the run they gave up in the bottom of the 3rd right back, and it's back to a 5-run lead. Returning for the bottom of the 4th in just a minute on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to C.O. Brown Stadium for the bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run scored by each of these teams in their first inning of work today. And middle of the order will be up for the Bombers, starting with the first baseman, Jacob McKean. The last time that these 2 teams met, the Pittsburghers swept the series at home in Traverse City, Turtle Creek. McKean played in both of those games and had 2 hits in both of those games. Last time, though, on June 9th, he was 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout. That was the last time that Traverse City was here when the game was suspended. A 3-0 count to him. He's swinging on 3-0, and he's just going to foul it off. Holfeld gave up that run in the first, but it was unearned. Little blooper first baseman caught by Arnold, 1 away. Actually, my mistake, because the runner on first was put on on June 9th, that run is charged to Aaron Gustafson, so he gets himself another run added to his mark, despite not being on the team for a couple weeks. Unearned, though, so it doesn't affect the ERA one bit. One away, Aaron Beck now at the plate. Watches the first pitch high. Beck taking over for Mason Sykes. He will be playing left field. So no official at-bat for him. Sykes was 0-1 on June 9th. Swings at the second pitch. He sees, lines it in his center. It's going to drop for a one-out single. Beck, one of the hottest hitters on the team, came into this game hitting .351. And he adds to it with the single there. Designated hitter now, Steven Krause is in. He played on June 9th, so he's still in his spot as a designated hitter. Struck out swinging his first at-bat in that ball game. Was 1 for 1 with one at-bat. His last game he played 3 days ago against the Kenosha Kingfish. When Battle Creek came to Traverse City on the 17th and the 18th, he was hitless. Gets one here, though, through the left side. And it's back-to-back singles for the Bombers. First and second with one away now. Any ball that gets to the outfield, it seems like it's dying out there. Starts rolling and then just gets tangled in the grass, just stops rolling. So anytime there's a base hit into the outfield on the ground, it's just going to get stuck in the grass and should be an easy wave around third to score. So outfielders are going to have to charge hard on grounders through a hole. First pitch to Jack Merrifield is in for a strike. Merrifield taking over for Ty Stouse. In the lineup, he'll be playing third base. And there's a ball, 1-1 count. Merrifield hitting .278 on the season. And just 4 games played. 0 for 4 his last game 3 days ago against Kenosha. That's the last time Battle Creek played. And then they had a couple days of rainouts, including yesterday and another one the day before. One and two count as he fouls one off. First and second with one away in the bottom of the 4th inning. Pittsburgh's up 5. Holfeld checks the runners. Deals to Merrifield. Grounded up the middle. Play made by Younger at short. He'll step on the bag. Throw to first. Double play. 6-3. And the inning is over. Nice defense by Younger up the middle. Bombers get 2 hits, but leave him stranded on that inning-ending double play. And Holfeld through 2 innings, no earned runs. Top of the 5th coming up, and some new names in the lineup for Traverse City. And we'll go through those when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. back at C.O. Brown Stadium in absolutely lovely Battle Creek, Michigan. No better place to be for a 3-game series. Got a beautiful ballpark that could be major league level. Attendance through the roof. And 2 good teams on the ball field. Only one of those things is probably true. As we get started in the top of the 5th inning, and Miguel Useche, the catcher, will lead it off for the Pittsburghers. Useche was 0 for 2 on June 9th before the game was postponed. And for his 3rd at-bat of the technical game, first of the day. Adam Proctor, I believe, will be catching game 2. And then there's a decision to be made if Rebant wants to go back to Useche to finish things in the 3rd game or keep Proctor in for that game. Grounded to short, plays made by Johnson. Long throw, and not able to pick it at first is Jacob McKean. So Useche will reach, and I believe that's going to be a throwing error on Johnson in E6. Waiting on the official score. I believe it is an E6. And it is an E6, so Useche is on with the error. Close. It would have been a close play, but I think that's a good call. Would have been out if the throw was on line. And now the final spot in the lineup is Camden Traficante, who took over for Aiden Brewer. Brewer, I remember in the first game of the Battle Creek series on the 8th, had himself a pretty good day with a couple hits, and then walked and flew out on June 9th. And now Traficante takes that spot in the lineup. He hits one pretty well in the center, pretty deep, but about 10 feet shy from the warning track, and Heath Hood tracks it and makes the catch for the first out. And now back to Cruz Taylor, where this ball game started for the Pittsburghers. Doubled off the right center field wall and would later come around to score on a bases loaded walk. He'll watch the first pitch just on the outside corner. Looked like it might have been a bit off. Tough angle for I'm sitting in the press box. Not the best view for balls and strikes. Might have caught the corner. 0-1 the count. Useche still leads from first. Rips the second pitch. Foul into the bleachers. And it's a scrum between 3 fans in that section. Oh, 0-2 count to Taylor. And ball gets away from Dyer, skips to the backstop, and Useche is going to advance to second on the wild pitch. Couldn't tell if it looked like it was supposed to be a breaking ball, and Davis just didn't get the release point on it. Looked like it just slid out of his hand and got to the backstop. Now runner on second, opportunity for an RBI if Taylor can get another base hit like he had his last time up. 1-2 count. Good lead for Useche at second. And Taylor will just shoot that one foul off to the left side, out of play. Sun actually poking through the clouds now. Starting to turn into a nice day. Yesterday, looking at the weather, it had rain predicted all day long. And luckily, holding off here, and the sun's out. So, nice day here in the top of the 5th inning. Hopefully it stays away because we got to get 3 games in. 1-2 pitch to Taylor. Davis looking at Useche. Deals. And ball in the dirt, good hold from Taylor and a good block by Dyer to keep it from going away. Count evens at 2-2. Taylor really needed that double his first time up, as he was hitting under 100 hitless in his last 5 games before that. That's a way to break out of the slump. 2-2 now. Up the middle, off the glove of Davis. I think he just saved a run. Kicked right to the second baseman, L'Oreal, and he makes the play. Definitely prevented a run from scoring. It was right up the middle, and Davis just got a piece of it and redirected it to L'Oreal at second. So now with 2 away and the runner advancing to third, it's going to need a base hit or maybe another pass ball for Mario Camilletti. Flew out the first time he was up. Now I'm trying to figure how this is going to work in the scorebook. If this game is going to be recorded as being played on June 9th, since that's when it started, or if it's going to count as being played today, because that could have an effect on some hitting streaks, on base streaks. Probably won't find that out until the game's over. 1-1 pitch to Camilletti, and he'll watch that one in the zone. It's 1-2. Something Camilletti does quite often. He won't really attack a pitch. It would have to be really good for Camilletti to go after it early in the count. He likes to work the pitcher. Has a 1-2 count here. Ball outside, 2-2. That's why Camilletti's so good at the plate and works a lot of walks, because he makes the pitcher throw strikes. He doesn't get himself down in the count. Pitcher has to earn it. 2-2 pitch now, and Camilletti takes it high and tight. Exactly what I'm saying. He makes the pitcher come to him. You'll see some guys, and a 1-0 count, 0-1 count, or the first pitch to them at bat, looking for a fastball. They think they have it, and it's a breaking ball, and they swing on a ball in the dirt to go behind. Not Camilletti. Lines one to short. Johnson makes the play, throws to first, and it's in time. So the leadoff error by Johnson won't come back to hurt the Bombers. Davis gets the next 3 in order, and it's still 6-1 through the top of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th coming up, and Holfeld will look for another scoreless frame when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Battle Creek, Michigan for the bottom of the 5th inning. After each offense scored 1 run, their first trip to the plate in this suspended game. It's been a scoreless frame after that, and Holfeld will look for a second one as he faces the bottom of the Bomber order. Heath Hood started the bottom of the third. On first base, he took over for Nicholas Israel, who walked to lead off the bottom of the third in that suspended game. And then came around to score. First pitch swinging, and Arnold makes the play, flips to Holfeld, and there's one away. That ball took a terrible hop and is why players don't like this field, because it's, I don't know what the substance is. It's literally not dirt. It's a harder substance, something that everyone on Traverse City got together and couldn't really tell if they were joking or being serious. For like, there's no way we're sliding today, so we're not stealing bases because we're not sliding. It is very hard. It's almost like gravel. And that one to Arnold just took a hop off of a rock as he was picking up some rocks and tossing them to the side. Back in the lineup to where the Bombers started in the bottom of the third. Drew Dyer, the catcher, struck out looking to start the day against Holfeld. Watches another one. It's a 3-1 count now to Dyer. Wind blowing from left to right here as Holfeld dots that outside corner. And Dyer was starting to jog down to first and was brought back as that one's in the zone. Full count now to Drew Dyer with one away. No one on base. Here it is. And Holfeld deals outside. Got the count back to 2 strikes, but walked Dyer on the next pitch. Tried to throw a breaking ball outside. And top of the order back around for the Bombers. Caleb Ballgard in for Battle Creek. He singled the first time he was up. First pitch swinging, and it's out of play down the right side. Dyer on first, one away, 0-1 pitch. Is fouled off again. Holfeld quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. Holfeld, one of the best and most reliable pitchers for Josh Reband's club out of the bullpen. And he's really a long reliever. Only one of his previous 6 appearances have been less than 3 innings. Reband likes to work him for an extended period of time. 0-2, swing and a miss. Got Ballgard swinging at what would have been ball 1, but gets him swinging, fools him on the pitch, and there are 2 away. Holfeld's made 6 previous appearances. Made 2 3-inning relief outings, 3 4-inning relief outings. Just one time he came out for 1 inning, and that's a game that the Pittsburghers won 10-5 over Fond du Lac, so he wasn't needed for very long. Ed Johnson now, the shortstop, is in. That ball bounces in and out of Useche's glove, and it's going to advance Dyer to second base. I think that's going to be ruled a pass ball since it hit Useche's glove. So Dyer advances down to second. Johnson with an RBI chance. Reached on an error his last time as Traverse City tried to turn 2. And a throw-in error from Camilletti at second allowed him to reach. Second pitch from Holfeld high, and it's a 2-0 count. Holfeld's last appearance, he pitched 6 days ago, so he's well rested and able to pitch a long outing tonight. Reband even said he can pitch all 7 and finish the game. I'm sure that's reliant on the pitch count, But his last outing was phenomenal. 4 innings, just 1 hit. And it's 3-0 now to Ed Johnson. 4 innings of pitching for Holfeld. His last time out, faced 13 batters, so only allowed that 1 base hit. Did give up 1 walk, but a double play erased that batter. The only hit he gave up to was to Kirk Liebert, who at the time had the #1, the best average in the Northwoods League at almost 500. So no harm in giving up a hit to that guy. But got everyone else out that he faced. Walks Johnson, though, and now there's 2 on. But there's 2 outs. Just needs to get 1 more. There were runners on base and 2 outs last time. Miguel L'Oreal for Battle Creek was up, and last time he grounded out to second to end the inning. First pitch, high and outside from Holfeld. Bombers are in the midst of a pretty bad streak. They are, in their last 10 games, they only have 1 win. Last place in the Great Lakes East, and with 348 win percentage, they rank 3rd of the entire league, behind a pair of teams in the Great Plains East. 2-0 pitch, and now it's 3-0. Holfeld struggling to find the zone. That's 7 straight balls. Actually 8 consecutive, because he walked Dyer on a full count pitch, then walked Johnson on 4 pitches, and now 3 straight to start L'Oreal. Battle Creek in a terrible losing skid. They lost 8 games in a row before they finally snapped that streak against Kenosha, the first game of that series, and then they lost the next game. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks issued by Pat Holfeld, and that's going to load the bases with 2 outs in this inning. Rocky Moriello, the Traverse City pitching coach, is going to come out and have a conversation with his pitcher. There is no one up in the Pittsburgh bullpen. So just a quick conversation with Holfeld to give him a quick breather. Holfeld's thrown 9 consecutive balls to hitters, and if I'm Jacob McKean at the plate, I would be taking until Holfeld can throw a strike. Just for simple strategic purposes, if a guy can't find the zone, you don't want to help him out. So it'd be beneficial to see one before you try to attack something, because as I was talking about with Mario Camilletti, his approach, he will usually, 9 times out of 10, he'll take a strike before he gets the bat off the shoulders, and that's so he doesn't beat himself. The pitcher has to beat him. So if you're McKean and you swing at a breaking ball that ends up off the plate, well, it could have been a ball could have been ahead of the count. So we'll see if the quick talk from Mariello can do something and get Holfeld out of the little bit of a funk he's in. First pitch to McKean almost got him. He had to back away, and it's 10 straight balls thrown by Holfeld. Dyer is at third, Johnson at second, L'Oreal at first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Holfeld from the windup. And another ball, and they try to backpick the runner over at first, but L'Oreal is in safely. 11 straight balls by Holfeld. And McKean, a good hitter for Battle Creek, is way ahead in the count. He is hitless in 5 consecutive games, but like I said earlier, multiple hits in both games up in Traverse City. And there we go. Holfeld gets the zone on that one on the 2-0 pitch. Fastball right there. Now it's 2-1. Just an out at any base, away from getting out of the bottom of the fifth. The 2-1 pitch. McKean swings at a high fastball, and it's now 2-2. Now just a strike away from getting out of the jam and avoiding some more trouble. McKean takes his time, fixes the gloves, gets set in the box. Big pitch coming. 2-2, bases are loaded. Here's the pitch from Holfeld, and it's off the plate, so now the runners on a full count with 2 outs are going to be in motion. A walk scores a run, a base hit with the runners in motion should score 2. And with Traverse City up 5, Battle Creek looking to chip away at the lead. Holfeld goes into the windup, runners go. The payoff pitch, and McKean shoots it foul out of play. So we'll do it again. Good pitch by Holfeld, looked like a slider. Trying to keep McKean off balanced. And with the runners in motion, that's going to take out the possibility of flipping to the nearest base. You're going to have to throw to first on a grounder. So here it is again, full count pitch. Lined, left field, it's going to drop for a hit. Taylor's going to cut it off, but that is going to clear the bases. 3 runs are going to score on a Jacob McKean 2-out double. And all that caused from 3 walks in the inning. And they all come around to score on the bases clearing double from McKean, and it's a brand new ball game. Only a 2-run lead for Traverse City. It's 6-4. Aaron Beck is in now. He got a hit his last time up. Another hit here could score McKean from second and make it a 1-run ball game. And that was huge as well, with the runners in motion allowed all 3 to score. Had they not been running, I don't think L'Oreal could have scored from all the way from first on that ball. As Beck shoots it the other way, foul out of play. 1-1 count now as Holfeld looks to get out of the inning. 3 earned runs is the most he's given up on the season. Only the 3rd time in 7 total appearances he's given up a run. Ball there, and the count goes to 2-1. Battle Creek has some arms up in their bullpen. Could be getting ready to take their starter, Adam Davis, out of the game. First, Holfeld has to get out of the bottom of the 5th. 2-1 pitch coming to Beck. And it's popped up on the infield. Should get them out of the inning. Younger's under it and makes the catch for the 3rd out. 3 runs come around to score as Jacob McKean clears the bases. And it's just a 2-run ball game, 6-4 in favor of the Pit. Be back for the 6th in just a minute on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to C.O. Brown Stadium. A new pitcher is in the ball game for the Battle Creek Bombers. Another right-hander, Caleb Smith, in to pitch. Smith having a pretty down season. He's made 5 relief appearances, 8 innings pitched, and he's given up 13 earned runs, 20 walks in 8 innings. His whip is 3.5. First pitch, Zeb Rouse swinging, lines it to center, and it's going to be caught by Heath Hood for out number 1. Definitely a guy that Traverse City can take advantage of, up 3 runs or more in 3 of his 5 appearances. Lots of an inning against the Kenosha Kingfish. Gave up 1 hit, walked 4, and gave up 3 runs. And not a strikeout pitcher either. In his 58 batters faced, he's only struck out 3. So when guys aren't walking, they're putting it in play. Symington will take the first pitch for a strike. Symington singled up the middle the last time up. Swung and missed at the second pitch, and he's behind in the count 0-2. The 3 strikeouts for Smith, though, were in his last 2 appearances. 1 strikeout against Kenosha. Actually, the last time he appeared before that was against Kenosha. Doesn't pitch very often. Symington takes one inside. After making 3 appearances in 5 days, Smith went inactive for a while. As the 1-2 pitch comes in, Symington flicks it center field, and Hood should have another play here, and he does, 2 away. Two quick outs for Smith. Last pitched 8 days ago against Kenosha, and then before that, pitched a week, 7 days before that. So only 2 appearances the last 2 weeks. A week coming in between each appearance. So he is fresh, but hasn't faced live hitting in quite some time. Gets 2 quick outs, though. Both to Heath Hood, as Trey Younger's in. Walked home a run his last time up with the bases loaded. Takes 2 straight pitches out of the zone. He's up in the count. Still no one up and throwing for Traverse City, so Holfeld looks like he'll come out for the bottom half of this inning. 2-0 count to Younger. He's swinging, grounded to third. Bobbled over there at third, but Merrifield recovers in time to get Trey, and it's a 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen for Caleb Smith. Bottom half of the 6th will look to bounce back with a scoreless frame when we come back on Pittsburgh Radio. Back for the bottom of the 6th inning here on Pittsburgh Radio. 2 scoreless outings at the plate for Traverse City, but they still lead 6-4. 3 runs came across last inning for the Bombers, and they'll look for more against Pat Holfeld. The designated hitter, Steven Krause, will lead it off for the Bombers. He singled and was later retired on a double play in the 4th. First pitch from Holfeld this inning. Krause pops it straight back, but it's going to get out of play. Krause just 14 for 60 on the season. Had a hit his last game against Kenosha, was hitless the game before that. Had 2 hits the previous day, and that ended a 4-game hitless streak. He was hitless in the series in Traverse City on the 17th and 18th before getting his first hit against Pittsburgh's his last at-bat. And he might have a second one here, sinking line drive that's going to drop in front of Zeb Rouse in right field, and it's a leadoff hit for the Bombers. Soft contact producing a hit again for Battle Creek as the last 3 in their lineup will bat with the runner on first. Jack Merrifield, the third baseman up, grounded himself into a 6-3 inning-ending double play, his first at-bat in this game. Lines went hard to center. Cruz Taylor going back, but he will make the catch for out number 1. Merrifield hit it on the screws, but right in the direction of Cruz Taylor, who is a very good center fielder. Takes a lot to get one past him. Gets good reads and has good footwork out there to react quickly to a line drive like that. One away, one on for Heath Hood, the center fielder. Hood grounded out to first, his first at-bat. Started the game on first base as he took over for Nicholas Israel. 1-0 count. The pitch is in there for a strike. Holfeld trying to recover from giving up 3 his last inning. There are a couple Pittsburghers who are starting to stretch. As line to second, Camilletti makes the catch. Running to his left on a hard line drive, is able to snag it and hold Krause at first for the second out. Leadoff single followed by a couple line outs. And the only person standing in between Pat Holfeld and a scoreless frame now is Drew Dyer, the Bomber catcher. Hitless in this game, struck out looking his first at-bat and then walked his last time up. Takes the first pitch, ball just high. Second pitch, finds the zone, fly ball right field. Rouse coming on, and he can't make the catch. Throw to third. Got him! What a throw from Zeb Rouse in right field. Trying to go first to third was Steven Krause, but he's gunned out to end the inning. 2 singles. What a strong throw from Rouse. Ends the threat in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll come back in the 7th inning. Pittsburgh still up 6-4 in just a minute on Pittsburgh Radio. 3 innings left to be played here at C.O. Brown Stadium in the first game of a triple header. Zeb Rouse just made a fantastic throw from right field to third base to get Steven Krause trying to stretch, go first to third. And now first pitch hits Jake Arnold right in the side. 1 pitch into the 7th, and the Pittsburghers will have themselves a base runner. Looking to score for the first time since their first inning in the top of the 4th. They've had 2 straight scoreless innings, no hits. Only 1 man reach. That was Useche on an error. Arnold will lead things off. Second batter that has been hit for Traverse City. Tito Flores the first, and he had to exit the game because of it. Arnold hit on first, and now Michael Steigels will bat. He grounded out to shortstop to end the 4th inning and leave the bases loaded. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. That pitch high inside. Steigels takes it for a ball. Steigels 0 for 8 since his 3 for 5 night against Kokomo. Back pick to first, but easily back is Jake Arnold. 2-1 count now coming to Michael Steigels. Hitter's count, opportunity to do some damage if he gets a pitch to hit. The 2-1 is outside. No, it's a strike. Looked a little off the plate, especially the way Dyer caught it across his body, but might have been a strike, but might have just been setting up inside. Now it's a 2-2 count to Steigels. Arnold takes off. Ball's popped up. Going foul, might stay in play. And it's going to drop right in front of the Bomber dugout harmlessly. And Steigels will get another chance. Little hit and run on there with 2 strikes. 2-2 count is tough for a hit and run because if it's a ball out of the zone, you feel like you have to swing at it because if you don't, the runner could be thrown out. But if you do, if it's too far out, you could swing and miss and strike out. We'll do the 2-2 again. Smith deals. Steigels rips one hard into right, but it's going to hang up and be caught by Caleb Ballgard for the first out of the inning. Solid contact off the bat, but just couldn't get it over the head of the right fielder, and there's 1 out. Miguel Useche will bat again. Just 4 hits on the season and 50 at-bats for Useche. And all 4 of those hits coming across multiple games. No multi-hit games for him. It's only a matter of time before he figures it out. Still a long way to go in the season. As the Pittsburghers still, they've only played 25 games. So they have over 40 left. 47 games remaining. After they finish this one, they'll have 46 full games. Useche hits it hard. It's just every time he hits it hard, he is unlucky. He goes right to someone. Takes the 1-1 pitch. Hits him, actually. Second hit batter in the inning. And Useche will make his way down to first. There's now 2 on with 1 away. And that's going to bring out Battle Creek's manager for a pitching change. Going to go to the bullpen. No hits allowed by Smith. Unless you count the hit by pitches. He faced 6 batters. Didn't give up a hit. Got 4 of them out. and hit the other two. So that's going to do it for him. Be back after the pitching change in just a minute on Pittsburgh Radio. Back on Pittsburgh Radio. Bombers will go from back-to-back right-handers and go to a lefty, Bo Bovillain. Bovillain inherits. Runners on first and second with one out, and his first batter is a switch hitter, Cannon Trafficante, who flew out his first time up from the left side and will now turn around and bat from the right side against the left-handed pitcher. Bovillain making his 10th pitching appearance. Has a 4.32 ERA. Trafficante swing at the first pitch, fouls it back. Last outing just under a week ago, June 21st, 6 days ago, against the Kalamazoo Growlers. Pitched 2 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and no earned. Hasn't allowed an earned run in 2 appearances. Breaking ball, got the outside corner, and Trafficante down 0-2. Pittsburgh's looking to get a couple of those runs back that Battle Creek got in the bottom of the 5th. Had a 5-run lead, now just down to 2, 6-4. 2-strike pitch coming to Traff. He'll take a high fastball, and it's 1-2 now. Trafficante had a couple hits against Kokomo his last start, 2 for 4 in the 3-1 loss on Friday. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. Got Trafficante swinging for second out of the inning. Two on, 2 away for Cruz Taylor, the 9-hole hitter. Taylor's made solid contact in his 2 at-bats. Doubled his first trip and was robbed of a base hit up the middle when it went off of the pitcher Adam Davis's glove and was redirected to second. Shows bunt but pulls back. And Drew Dyer was appealing it, but Taylor clearly pulled back on the bunt and didn't show. So it's a ball first pitch. Trying to drag bunt his way on with the second baseman, Miguel L'Oreal, well back in the hole, and so is Jacob McKean. So if he would have gotten one down in between those two, definitely had a chance at a base hit. See if he squares again or if he'll be swinging. Doesn't square, swings and fouls it back to the screen. Bombers looking to end their skid. Lost 9 of their last 10. But split the series with Kenosha, so they're starting to turn things around. Rain starting to come down now in Battle Creek as that fastball's in on the inside corner. And it's 1-2. Sun's still out, but the rain's coming down pretty hard. Might just be a quick spat of rain. 1-2 pitch. Comes across high. Dyer and a couple Bomber infielders were starting to make their way off the field, but it came high across to Cruz Taylor, and the count's even at 2-2. I would expect a fastball here. That's seeming to be the way Beauvill's working. Hasn't thrown 2 breaking balls in a row yet. Could change the pattern here, though, on 2-2. And the pitch to Cruz Taylor is a high fastball, nowhere near the zone, and Taylor chased it at his eyes. Beauville comes in, gets 2 strikeouts to get out of the inning. It's time to stretch here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek. And we'll be right back for the bottom of the 7th inning. Pittsburgh's up 2 on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Radio, bottom of the 7th inning. Getting started here at C.O. Brown Stadium in Battle Creek, Michigan. Pittsburghers have not scored since the 4th inning. They've gone 3 straight innings without a run. Battle Creek, however, has scored in 2 of their 4 appearances. They'll bat here, down 2 runs. Pat Holfeld still on the mound for Traverse City. First pitch of the inning is a swinging strike off the foot of the leadoff hitter, Caleb Ballgard. Ballgard is 1 for 2 in today's game. Singled his first at-bat, struck out his last. Still no one throwing for Traverse City, though there are a few guys stretching just in case they're needed. Holfeld already at 62 pitches. But with 2 more games left to play, Rebant will definitely want to keep his bullpen as available as possible as that one's lifted to left. Taylor's over and makes the catch for the first out. Don't want to use multiple arms, which is why at any point during this game and then definitely the next game, if you can get a good offensive inning brewing or even a couple good innings and you force the hand of either manager to make a pitching change, just start getting to that bullpen and wearing it down. And that can affect the final 2 games and then the next series for both these teams. First pitch swinging at Johnson, comes up empty. It's 0-1. Traverse City is really both teams actually not going to benefit from this triple header as they both are on the road for their next series. Traverse City has to make the long drive to Kenosha. Battle Creek has to make the long drive to Rockford. 1-1 pitch. Johnson checks his swing, goes around. It's 1-2 now. The only good part, though, is both those games in Central Time, so these teams are gonna gain an hour. But especially for Traverse City, a team that has yet to win the first game of a road trip. Slow roller. It's going to be a tough play. Traficante tries to barehand, but he can't dig it out. And Johnson will reach safely. See if they give that a hit or an error. And it is a single for Johnson. This is such a terrible field. A ball that usually at a real ballpark will keep rolling and allow the fielder to glove it, but the grass, I don't know if anyone even bothers cutting the grass. Runner caught as that ball was in the dirt. Usaichi's just going to run at him. Throws to second, and Johnson caught in a rundown. Younger flips to Arnold, and the tag is applied for the second out. The pitch was in the dirt and picked by Usaichi. Johnson trying to get a good read on the dirt ball. Started stealing and was caught in a rundown, and he's tagged out for out number 2. So that single to Johnson, which would have been an out at a real field because Traff could have fielded it and thrown, has no effect on this inning. 2 outs for Miguel L'Oreal. Grounded out and walked his last 2 at-bats. Hitless for the game as a whole because he flew out in his only at-bat back on June 9th. Bombers have made this one interesting as they've scored. Nice play by Arnold over at first as they've scored 3 runs in 1 inning, 4 total. Had the lead. They were down 5. Down 2 as we played 4 innings today. 7 total in the game. We'll go to the top of the 8th inning. Pittsburgh still holding on to that 2-run lead in just a minute on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back. 2 innings left to play here in Game 1 of the triple header. And the top part of the Pittsburgh lineup is up top. Not the top part. Well, the top part, I guess, but the actual top with Mario Camilletti. 0 for 2, fly out and a ground out thus far. Facing a left-hander now in Bo Villain. First pitch thrown is a high breaking ball. Now with the strikeout pitcher like Bo Villain, Camilletti's really going to try and work him, force him to come at him with a strike. 1-0 pitch, another breaking ball high. Bo Villain came into the game with 2 on with 1 away. Struck out both batters he faced, Traficante on a breaking ball in the dirt, and Taylor on a high fastball. Got 2 strikeouts on 2 pitches that would have been balls. 2-0, and that's what Camilletti will do. That was a very good pitch, fastball down the middle, and is why he swung at it. Usually he won't swing until the pitcher shows him something. It has to be really good, like I said earlier, and that one was. Fouled it back, and now it's 2-1. 2-1 pitch is a fastball low, and now it's 3-1. Camilletti can work the signature walk that he gets almost every game. Only game he didn't walk this entire season was in the finale doubleheader game. Walks here, though. Continues his on-base streak. Total in the Kokomo series, 4 games, 8 walks for Mario Camilletti. Walked once, game 1 of the series. Had 3 walks in the first game of the doubleheader. No walks in the second game, and that was the only time on the season he had not drawn a walk. It took 10 games for pitchers to find the zone on him, but he did have a bases-clearing double, which would be the difference maker in the win in Game 2 over Kokomo. And then, of course, since he didn't get a walk in that game, he had to come back with something big, so he walked all 4 at-bats in the series finale against Kokomo. Draws a walk to lead off the 8th, and maybe that will spark something in Traverse City and get them on the board. Pick over. Camilletti was caught leaning, but the throw was late. Camilletti started to get a secondary lead, had to retreat to the bag. With the left-hander, it's an easier pickoff move, but McKean's slow to put the tag down, and Camilletti was able to recover. 0-1 pitch to Zeb Rouse is in there for a strike. Rouse took over for Tito Flores after he was hit by a pitch, the very first pitch he saw in the top of the 4th, and tried to play through it, but took himself out of the game when he got to second base. Another pick over, and Camilletti reads that one in his back. Rouse made good contact the last time he was up. Hit it hard, but just lined out right to the center fielder. Also has a nice defensive play in right field. Has an 0-2 count here. Bo Villain throws one outside, and it's 1-2. Two innings left to play. Pittsburgh's trying to protect that 6-4 lead. Breaking ball gets Rouse on the leg, and he's going to go down to first. Bo Villain bails him out. Was way ahead, 1-2, and hits him. 4th hit batter of the game by a Bomber pitcher. Luckily for Battle Creek, at least, all 4 batters that have been hit have not come around to score. So Bo Villain starting to lose control. Walked Camilletti. Hit Zeb Rouse, and now Miles Symington is into the box. 2 on, nobody out. Shows bunt and pops it up right to the pitcher. And there's the first out of the inning. Symington not able to get the bunt down. It would have advanced runners to third and second with less than 2 outs, so a grounder or a deep enough fly ball could have brought him home. Instead, at least currently, with first and second one away, would take a base hit to bring in the runner from second. Grounder could be a double play to end the inning, and a fly ball would just be an out, no run scored. Trey Younger, though, will look to do something. First pitch, watches outside. Younger walked home a run his first time, grounded out to third his last time up. A ball on the ground wouldn't be the worst thing to happen because the way the field's playing could take a bad hop, which his last ground ball did. Took a bad hop at third, but Merrifield was able to recover on the bad hop and still throw him out. Big hole on the right side if he can take this one to the opposite field, as Beauville drops in a curveball for the first strike. Second baseman is holding on Camilletti. So as he's retreating to his spot, there's still a large hole on the right side. Left side a little more covered up. And another ball thrown by Beauville, and it's now 2-1. Hitters count to Trey Younger. Younger played in 2 games in the Kokomo series, game 1 and 3 of the series. In the second game of the doubleheader, had a home run. 2-1 curveball is dropped in for a strike, and the count evens up. 4 pitches to Trey Younger. Fastball, curveball has been the order, and the curveballs have been the 2 strikes. If the pattern continues, this will be a fastball. Maybe Beauville will try to catch him off guard and throw a curveball back-to-back. Younger does shoot the right side, and it's through for a hit. Waving home and coming to score is Mario Camilletti. First to third is Zeb Rouse, and Trey Younger comes through. RBI single, and it's 7-4 Traverse City. Times, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about here. Shooting one through the right side, had a big hole. He does just that, and it allows Camilletti to easily score from second, and Rouse easily advances to third. Also, because of the way that the grass is playing and how deep Ballgard was in right, the grass just killed it, and that's why Camilletti was so easily able to come across, and there was no chance at a play. Arnold trying to show bunt and fouls it off. Pittsburgh's not a good bunting team. They have had a couple times, as we just saw with Miles Symington, where they pop up a bunt to either the pitcher or the catcher, and a lot of the time they also foul it off. Not many sacrifice bunts have been put down successfully. There has been a few, and they have worked. Arnold shows bunt again, but diving back into first on the pickoff, and safe is Trey Younger. Looks like a safety squeeze type of situation where if Arnold does successfully get the bunt down, Zeb Rouse has the opportunity to score if it's put in a good spot. And at the very worst, it would just move another runner into scoring position. Arnold shows again, does get it down. Here comes Rouse. Flip to the plate is in time for the out. Oh, tough call at the plate. Looked like it was bang bang. Not sure if the tag was applied in time. It is ruled an out. Checking the stream. Maybe. Let's see if the stream shows the slow-mo. It was close at the plate, so either way the call went, I think he could have agreed with it. This one goes in favor of Battle Creek for the out. 1 away in the inning now. 2 away in the inning. No, 1 away. No, there's 2 outs. Yeah, scoreboard's messing me up out here. So Younger is on second, Arnold on first after the official fielder's choice. Runner does not score. And the worst part of it is the camera. It's just a terrible camera angle. You can't see home plate in the video, so there's no way to determine what the play was, if he touched home in time or not. Nonetheless, there are 2 outs, 2 on, and 2 strikes to Michael Steigels, as the Pitts hitters are trying to strike again and increase their lead by some more runs. Steigels checks his swing on the high fastball, does not go around, and it's a 2-2 count. I don't know, yeah. Looking at the slow motion, I think Rouse got the hand in there. Might be a little biased, but I think he got the hand in there. Should have been a run. I think the umpire missed a call. 2-2 to Steigels. Swing and a miss, and Bo Villain is able to get out of it after the missed call by the home plate umpire. 2 runs should have scored. 1 run does score. And it is a 7-4 ball game as we go into the bottom of the 8th. And we'll be back in just a minute for that bottom of the 8th on Pittsburgh Radio. Back for the bottom of the 8th inning. Traverse City got 1 run back in the top half. Should have been 2, but there's still 2 more games to play, and the Pittsburghers are leading, so we'll get over that one. Middle of the lineup will bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Jacob McKean, the first baseman, will lead it off. McKean doubled home 3 runs the last time he was up. This time, first pitch swinging to right field. Zeb Rouse over by the line, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Had to battle the sun on that one, and was able to do so successfully. And the wind was pushing the ball farther and farther to his right. But he's able to combat Mother Nature and make the play. Looking at the replay again, from the play at the plate, it's really tough to even tell what was first, the tag or Rouse touching home, because the camera wasn't low enough. So you couldn't see home plate to make an accurate call based on the replay. The call on the field, though, was out. It was a good play by Battle Creek's pitcher Beauville, and he with the glove flip to home. The only way he could have got it there in time. I still think Rouse was safe, though. 1-0 pitch is low. It's now 2-0. Holfeld still on the mound. Pitching in his 6th inning. Has pitched 5 1/3 so far, giving up 3 runs. All of them coming in that bottom of the 5th. 2-0 pitch finds the zone. It's now 2-1 to Aaron Beck, the left fielder. 1 for 2 today. Holfeld in that bottom of the 5th walked 3 batters, and all 3 of them came around to score. Those are the 3 runs. Grounder, left side. Traficante makes the play and makes the throw. 2 up, 2 down. That's about the only time you're going to make a routine play is if it's a one-hopper like it was to Traficante. If it skips on the grass or dirt multiple times, that ball is going to be changing directions. But the one-hopper there right to Traff's glove was an easy play, and there's 2 away. And the designated hitter, Steven Krause, now will bat. Holfeld looking for a 1-2-3 frame. First pitch to Krause, inside corner, strike 1. Holfeld hasn't had a perfect inning, though he has had a 1-2-3 inning, and that was his last time, where he gave up a single to Ed Johnson, but then he was caught in a rundown on a ball in the dirt and was put out. Swing and a miss by Krause. It's 0-2. Krause has singled his 2 at-bats today. Holfeld looking to get him for the first time tonight. He might do it. It's shallow left and in between a trio of pit spitters, and it will drop for the 3rd hit for Krause tonight. The Bombers are getting so lucky. I think that's their 3rd hit that was popped up. They're not making hard contact really on any pitch. Only Jacob McKean has what I would consider a hard hit ball. Everything else is they're just getting bloopers, getting lucky, and dropping it into the outfield. That's the 2nd time Krause has done that. That fly, that's a pop-up, right side, could be in play. Arnold over, but it's going to get out of play, actually, for a first pitch strike. Krause actually didn't have a blooper his last time up. He was caught trying to go first to third on a Drew Dyer blooper. Ball in the dirt, good block by Seche. 1-1 now the count to Jack Merrifield. Merrifield hitless today. He grounded out into a double play in the 4th, lined out in the 6th. Lines out and up the middle, and it's over the glove of Camilletti, and Krause learned his lesson, so he won't try to go first to third. He'll stay put at second. 2 on with 2 outs now. Bombers had no hits in the 2 innings on the 9th. They had 9 hits in 5 2/3 against Pat Holfeld. First pitch, grounder. Traficante trying to make another bare hand, and that one he just whiffed on. And it's going to go down as a base hit to Heath Hood. 3 consecutive singles have the bases loaded now. And with 2 outs, bases loaded, the Bombers are going to bring in a pinch hitter, Harold Cole. Cole was 0 for 4 in his last game against Traverse City In Traverse City on the 17th and 18th, he was 1 for 4 in each ball game. And because, I don't know, Drew Dyer did single his last time against Holfeld and reached on a walk the first time, so I'm not sure why Battle Creek wants to take him out. Cole trying to provide a spark here. Tying run is on first base in this inning. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. Holfeld in a bit of trouble here. 10 hits he's given up in 5 2/3. And you compare that, only 4 hits for the Pittsbitters through the same span. Holfeld will step off. 4 hits for Traverse City through 5. 10 hits for Battle Creek through 5 2/3. Holfeld looking to get out of this inning, keep his team on top. A 1 pitch to Cole. Blocked by Useche. Good block to keep the runners put right where they are. Holfeld got the first 2 batters, a flyout and a groundout. And then the blooper by Steven Krause that dropped in a trio of Pittsbitters started a little bit of a rally. 3 consecutive singles slowed the bases. Another strike. Nice pitch by Holfeld right on the corner. Cole not agreeing with it. And I can't tell height on pitches or really the corners, but it looked, at least from how Useche caught it and was setting up, that it was in there. And Holfeld a strike away. Doesn't have to give Cole anything too good. Still a couple pitches to work with. He can try and make him chase something. He'll just step off and go through the signs again with Useche. It's a big spot in this game. Traverse City does have their closer Evan Gates getting ready. 1-2 pitch, and it's outside. 2-2 now. Now is where you have to think about throwing a strike. You still don't have to. You could try to work a chase again on a hitter that has only seen 4 pitches in the game. See what Holfeld comes with. And he tried to get him to chase on a slider outside. And the count now full to Harold Cole. Now you need a strike because you don't want to walk in a run and move the tying run into scoring position. Have to make a pitch here. Defense needs to be ready to make a play. Holfeld needs to come with a strike. Full count, 2 outs, bases are loaded. His team up 3. Payoff pitch to Cole is off the plate, and the Bombers are going to get a run. Cole didn't even have to swing the bat. Watched 4 balls, and the 2 strikes that were thrown, he watched as well. 6 pitches, he walks, gets an RBI off the bench, and it's back to the top of the order, and Caleb Ballgard for Battle Creek. Now that tying runs in scoring position with 2 away. Base hit could tie the game, and it's ripped into right. Rouse over. Dives! What a catch by Zeb Rouse in right field. Ends the inning and keeps Traverse City on top in this ball game. That would have easily tied this game up. Rouse with an unbelievable diving catch. And we will go to the 9th inning. Pittsbitters leading by 2. Be back in just a minute on Pittsbitter Radio. Ninth inning of play starting here on Pittsburgh Radio in Battle Creek, Michigan. The Bombers have fought hard and have battled into this ballgame. They started the day down 5 runs in the continuation of the game from June 9th. Battled all the way back, had a chance to tie or take the lead there, and was the full extension play and the catch made by Zeb Rouse. If he doesn't make that catch to end the inning, it gets past him and Battle Creek takes a lead. But an unreal catch in right field. He's made 2 great plays out there now. One with the arm, gunning down a runner, and one with the glove. And it saves the game for the Pittsburghers. Miguel Useche will lead things off here in the top of the 9th, looking for some insurance and make it that much easier for their closer, Evan Gates, to finish it off. Breaking ball fouled back by Useche. It's now a 1-2 count. Useche looking for hit number 1 in the ball game. He's 0 for 1. He's reached base twice, though. Checks his swing and went around to strike out to start the 9th. That's the 4th strikeout by Beauville since he entered in the 7th inning. Beauville trying to get through the bottom of the Pittsburgh order and try to avoid the top, which has produced the majority of the offense in this game. First pitch to Traficante on the corner for a strike. When Beauville entered in the 7th with 2 on, 1 away, he faced Traficante to lead it off and got him swinging, and then got Cruz Taylor swinging to end the inning. Got him swinging again on the same pitch he struck him out on in the 7th. He missed that one. It's 0-2 now. Breaking ball, and it got Traficante swinging again. Same pitch as the last one. And there's 2 away in the inning. 2 up, 2 down, both strikeouts. Evan Gates will have his work cut out for him in the bottom of the 9th. He's facing the top part of the order, 2, 3, and 4 for the Bombers. And they've been successful in this continued game. Cruz Taylor will bat with 2 outs. Looking to start a 2-out rally. First pitch from Beauville, and breaking ball right down the middle for a strike. Taylor not as much success against left-handers as he's had against right-handers. Watches that one, strike 2 on the outside corner. Curveball and a fastball. Beauville shows him both pitches. Last time he struck him out on a high fastball. See if he goes back to it or tries a breaking ball again. 0-2 pitch. And it's a high fastball. It's for the 2nd at-bat in a row. And Beauville strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Pittsburghers trying to protect a 2-run lead and win game 1 of this triple header. Closer Evan Gates will come in to do just that when we return on Pittsburgh Radio. All right, bottom of the 9th inning here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Evan Gates is up on the mound looking for the save and to take game 1 of this Sunday triple header. He'll face 2, 3, and 4 in the Bomber lineup, starting off with Ed Johnson. Johnson 1 for 2 in today's game, 1 for 3 overall. Reached on an error his first time up, walked, and then singled. So he's been on base every time, but only the one hit. He'll look to lead it off, try and get on base. The tying run is waiting in the on-deck circle, so Battle Creek will have to put someone on base to bring the tying run up. 0-2 count. Gates got Johnson on a outside fastball for strike 1, and then a little slider, it looked like, swinging for strike 2. Way ahead in the count. Doesn't have to give in. Can get him to chase. And he will do just that. High fastball. Johnson pops it up right side. Arnold fighting the sun and will make the play for out number 1. Always good when you can get the leadoff batter out to start an inning, especially in a save situation. Traverse City looking to give Battle Creek their 10th loss in 11 days. Now Miguel L'Oreal, he's hitless today. 0 for 2, did walk once. Outside fastball for a strike. Gator painting the corners. Evan Gates with 5 saves on the season, 5 for 6 in save opportunities. Only one blown save came against Madison, his second outing of the year. Another outside fastball. 2 pitches right on the black from Evan Gates, and he's way ahead again, 0-2. Got Johnson to pop up. Let's see if he throws another high fastball or maybe tries to bury a slider. He tried for the outside corner again, and he missed it, so it's 1-2. Still, though, way ahead in the count, and with no one on base, you don't have to worry about a ball skipping away from the catcher and advancing a runner, so you can play with an off-speed pitch here if you want to. 1-2. He does go with the off-speed, checks his swing at, and no go, says the third base umpire, so it's going to now a 2-2 count. L'Oreal almost chased that slider, but he held up. Counts even, 2-2. And this is where I would throw a high fastball. Get it up in the zone. Gator tries to hit the outside corner again. Started off with 2 straight strikes. And now 3 straight balls, and the count is full. Last outing, Gator got the save against Kokomo in Game 2 of the Thursday doubleheader. Struck out 2 in 1 inning. Full count pitch, got him swinging. Slider down in the zone, and L'Oreal can't touch it. 2 up, 2 down, 1 out away from save number 6 on the season and win number 1 of the triple header. Battle Creek won Game 1 on June 8th of the series before the Pittsburghers bounced back in Game 2. We're at 5-0 when the rain hit. So officially this would go down as a split series if Traverse City can get the win. First pitch, the same pitch that Gator got L'Oreal to strike out on, slider in the dirt, but McKean will hold up. McKean is 1 for 3 for today. 1 for 4 total in the whole game. High fastball. Popped out his first at-bat, doubled home 3 runs his second trip, and then flew out his last time up. With 2 outs, he'll need to reach to continue the inning and keep the Bombers alive. Fly ball down the line, but it's going to get out of play. About 15 feet foul of the right field line. 2-1 is now the count. Gator, a very accurate pitcher, doesn't walk many batters, so expect a couple of strikes to come Jacob McKean's way. Gator's really a type of pitcher that he makes you have to beat him. He'll throw you strikes. Does so on 2-1, and McKean again is late and fouls it back. Like I said, Evan Gates, besides the Madison game, and that's why he blew the save, because he walked 3 batters, the only time he's walked multiple guys. He won't beat himself. He comes right at you, and he tells you, here's my pitches, you beat me. 2-2 pitch to McKean is a high fastball, and that's a good take by McKean. A very similar pitch to the one he got Ed Johnson to chase high and pop up. McKean takes it, and it's a full count. Comes down to this pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. Payoff pitch to McKean. Another high fast. That one higher than the last, and McKean easily lays off of it. It puts him on base for the second time today, and it will bring in Aaron Beck, who represents the tying run. Beck on the day, 1 for 3, singled his first at-bat, has been held at base since. Pop out and a ground out. Has 14 hits in 40 at-bats. Pretty good average for him. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. Beck hitting .350 on the season. Was 0 for 3 his last game against Kenosha, but 2 for 4 the game before that. Gates looking to get him for the save. 0-1 pitch. Outside, and it's now 1-1. Beck, one of the better hitters on the Bombers team, second in average, so not a guy you want to mess around with. But again, like I was saying, Gates will come at you and make you beat him, so Beck should be expecting a couple strikes here. 1-1 pitch from Gates. Swing, chop to third, but foul. Just a foot or two. Foul. Arnold fielded on a hop. Would have ended the game had it been fair. But still a good situation for Evan Gates and the Pittsburghers. 1-2 the count to Aaron Beck. And with a runner on base, you don't like to advance him on a pass ball, but a ball in the dirt. But since that run doesn't matter, you can afford a breaking ball here. He did try it, but he started it too far outside, so it couldn't work it back to the plate. And again, if Gates does try a slider low and it skips away, so be it, because the batter at the plate has to reach. That runner on first can score, and you're still winning. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. Gates looking for the save. Here's the pitch. And Beck will stay alive. Shoots it foul off to the third base side. He's late on it, though. And I'm sure Useche behind the dish and Gator on the mound are taking notes of that. If Gator can get a fastball inside on the hands and likely even elevated, he'll get Beck swinging. He's late on the heater. 2-2 again with McKean at first. Slider just off the plate. Actually, it was a cutter. I forget, Gates throws a cutter and a slider. Cutter just missed, and runner will be in motion on the full count pitch from Evan Gates. McKean at first walked with 2 outs. He'll be running. Aaron Beck at the plate. 3-2, 2 outs. Payoff pitch from Gator. Slider. Back-to-back pitches that are right near that outside part of the plate that miss. So 2 straight walks for the Bombers, and they're in business. Check the stream, make sure that was outside. And it was, so it's It was close, but a good call by the umpire. And the tying run for Battle Creek is on first base. Back-to-back full count walks issued by Gator. And the designated hitter, who already has 3 hits, Steven Krause, is at the plate. First pitch, high fastball. Gates was ahead of McKean and Beck, but lost it and walked both of them. That ball fouled off by Krause. And again, all 3 of these guys, McKean, Beck, and now Krause, are late on Gates' fastball. So if he can get ahead, 2 strikes, no need to mess around with the off-speed. Get a fastball on the inner part of the plate, and if they're late on it, you're just going to jam them, potentially break a bat, and you're just going to make them roll over. 1-1 pitch coming. Tying run him first with 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And for the 3rd consecutive batter, they're down to their final strike. They all faced a 1-2 count. McKean, Beck, and now Krause have all been down 1 and 2, have all previous 2 battled back to walk. What will Krause do? 1-2 pitch. He'll just get a piece of the fastball. And that's a good pitch. Inner part of the plate, like I said, with a fastball. And Krause is late on it. Now, I think, Krause has the wheels turned in his head. He's thinking, okay, I'm late on the fastball. I got to be on time. And that's when you break off a slider outside. Get him ahead of it and finish this game off. Another 1-2. And there it was. That was the slider. And Krause reacted to it and was late on it. That was actually a really good pitch from Evan Gates. Its slider started inside, had an indoor slider there. Broke over the plate, and is why Krause was late on it, because initially, out of the hand, he read it inside, and as it broke, he had to protect. 1-2 again. Krause has fouled off 2 straight 1-2 pitches. Gates trying to get him here to end the game. Slider just a little low. And it's now 2-2. Count evens up. Stressful times here at C.O. Brown Stadium, and there's still 2 games left to be played after this one. Traverse City looking for the winning game 1. 2-2 pitch now to Steven Krause. Got him looking inside corner, and Traverse City will take game 1 of this 3-game triple header on Sunday. Bombers made Gates work for it. Made the Pittsbitters work for it as they scored right out the gate to cut the lead to 5-1. Traverse City answered back to make it 6-1, and then a 3-run inning in the bottom of the 5th got the Bombers close. These teams traded runs in the 8th to keep it at a 2-run game, and after getting the first 2 guys out, 2 walks issued by Evan Gates, both with a full count, put the tying run on base, but he got Steven Krause looking to end it. So the Pittsbitters will take game 1 of the triple header, and they will improve their record to 17-9 on the season. The Bombers drop to 8-16. They've lost 10 of 11 games. 7-5 victory in game 1. Not 100% sure when game 2 will start, as this one I think went a little longer than people were expecting. So we'll get the official word on the start time for game 2. Be sure to check the official Pittsbitter Twitter page at TC Pittsbitters to find out exactly when game 2 will start, and when it does, be right back here in the same spot on the same channel for the coverage of that game. It's going to be a 7-inning game for games 2 and 3. Both of them will be 7 innings, not playing a whole 9. I do know Jeremy Neff will be on the mound for Traverse City in game 2. And as soon as it's figured out exactly when the time is, it will be announced on Twitter at TC Pittsbitters. So be on the lookout for that. That's going to do it for me in Game 1, but still 2 more games left to be played. So I'll